This is the VapeNY Cutie Tank. We are going to show you how to take it apart, put it together, change the coil, and fill it up today. So your cutie tank has a bunch of different parts. This is your drip tip or mouthpiece. This is your cover, which screws onto the top. This is the tank. And this right here is the cutie head or coil. This cutie head has a coil inside of it, right where the wicks are, and the liquid goes up the wick to the coil, and that's what vaporizes. So this is the part that gets burned out and needs to be changed about every 2 weeks based on how much you use it. This is the cutie base. So this is the base that holds the head, and you put your tank on. So let's say we are installing a new coil. In there, there's a little pin. That pin needs to touch the bottom of your cutie head. When you screw the cutie head in, you want it to be very, very tight. If it is not tight enough and the base doesn't touch that little pin inside, it's not going to make electrical contact and you will not get any vapor. So this head has to be tight. Your cutie tank says cutie here and VapeNY there, and you want to put it with that part facing down so that way your tank is right side up. After you put this on, you're going to fill the liquid down the side next to the head, not in the middle, but next to it. We are going to use a ginormous bottle of liquid pointed at the side, and you will notice that it fills up right to there, the metal. There's actually a little max fill line right there, but we like to fill it just to the metal because it's easier to see. You don't want to go all the way up because it gets gurgly or floody and does not hit right. So just really to the metal. We're going to take this little cap and screw it on tight. Now the bottom of the cap is going to seal up against the top of this silicone head. If this falls out, you have no seal and then you'll have leakage. So don't lose the little rubber top there. We're going to put that on there, nice and tight. Now the whole tank should be very tight. You don't want anything to leak out. The cutie drip tip goes in the top. It does occasionally get a little bit loose and can pop out, but it doesn't generally fall out. It just gets a little bit loose, and that's okay. Every couple of days, you want to pull this drip tip out, dry out in here, and put the top back in. The vapor will build up and turn back into liquid and kind of fill up in here and make it gurgly and not hit as well. So every couple of days, just pull the tip out and dry out in here. It's also important if you are using a thicker VG liquid or a flavor of ours that we call mint squared, that you remove one of those white wicks that was hanging down off of your cutie coil. Let's show you how to do that. So this is your cutie head. If you're using a very thick VG liquid, the liquid is feeding up these wicks and going into the hole right there. Sometimes it's too thick and there's too much rope in here and it will not go in. So what you do is you carefully, very carefully, take off this little cap. Sometimes that piece comes off with it. If you see, one is skinnier and one is fatter. You want to take the skinny one out and put the cap back on and then screw this back into your cutie base. This one takes out and leaves more room for the liquid to get in there. Now sometimes with very thin liquids that will make it move a little too fast and get a little bit gurgly, but with a thick liquid that is very beneficial. So you can remove that little piece and then you're good to go. You can put this back in.